Innovations Project by Sarah Sims. My innovation is pressure and moisture sensing bedding. I decided this was something that the healthcare system needs. After taking care of my in-laws for 5 years, I realized that pressure ulcers happen no matter how hard you try. We're only human. Pressure ulcers are localized areas of necrosis that occur when soft tissue is condensed between a bony prominence and an external surface for a long period of time. Each year, there are more than 2.5 million people that develop pressure ulcers, and 60,000 people will die. The cost to treat a single pressure ulcer ranges from $500 to $70,000, and billions are spent every year on just pressure ulcer treatments. 95% of pressure ulcers are considered preventable. The next two slides are just examples of pressure ulcers. As you can see, they're extremely painful for the patients, and the more that a wound care specialist has to debride them and the nurses have to treat them, the more painful they will be before they will start healing. Current prevention includes thoroughly drying skin after bathing, frequent brief changes, repositioning every 2 hours using a draw sheet. If the patient is independent, encouraging them to switch positions every 15 minutes. Frequent skin checks, and in high-risk patients, we're charting every 8 hours the Braden scale. Reduce friction and shearing by using minimal bedding, lightweight bedding. Maintaining adequate hydration, so always offering drinks. Encouraging proper nutritional intake, lots of protein. Use of alternating pressure mattresses. Education to the patient, family, and staff. Padding points of pressure and pressure mapping. And more recently, there's a tool that uses technology that can detect pressure ulcers forming before you can visualize them up to 4 days. Current management includes specialized dressings, debridement, regular wound care by a wound care specialist, drainage, and offloading areas of pressure. So my proposal is that we use all of the technology that we have in a more creative way to address pressure ulcers. I think we can create pressure sensing bedding, fitted flat sheets, lightweight blankets, pillowcases that use nanotechnology along with Bluetooth technology to alert staff and family when there's a risk of insidious pressure. An alert would go off on an app on their phone, and this innovation could be potentially life-saving. The sheets would send an alert text to the staff or to the family, and at that point they would have 3 minutes to address the point of pressure or delegate to some sort of support staff, so a CNA. If the alert is ignored, an alarm would go off at that point that can only be reset by the RN or an appointed family member if that patient is at home being cared for, and only at the bedside. The staff or family is then forced to enter the patient's room, reposition and remove offending pressure, and only after that is done, the alarm can be reset. If moisture is sensed, there would be a different alert that would be sent, and in the same resetting procedures would apply. The alarm cannot be reset until moisture is no longer detected, and this would include any sort of moisture. So if the patient is diaphoretic, if they vomited on themselves or had a spill, if there was any urine or feces, it would be detected. Combining the pressure ulcer detecting technology along with my pressure and moisture detecting bedding It could be the ultimate first line in defense for patients and could potentially pose a significant decrease in incidences of pressure ulcers, a significant decline in costs associated with pressure ulcers, and a significant decline in deaths associated with pressure ulcers. This is the pressure ulcer detecting device. So this gives numbers on the screen, and it tells what the tissue damage is before you can see it. So as soon as 4 days before the signs. This combined with this prototype of my bedding using nanotechnology, and then also existing pressure mapping technology. This could be the innovation that healthcare really needs. Thank you.